This month, I added almost 30 Nintendo Switch games to my collection. Let's see what I got. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another pickups video. I love doing these. You guys seem to love watching them, so it is that time again. I've once again gone off the rails. I've been seeing a lot of good deals. A lot of orders I made back in like June and July finally came in. Some stuff I pre-ordered from Best Buy using their buy two get one deal. So a lot came in over the past couple of weeks, so I wanted to make this video to share with you what I got in terms of Switch games, as well as a little stack of stuff I got for my birthday, as well as a couple other loose odds and ends. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to do another video talking about this, showing everything. However, in this past month, I finally achieved one of my collecting goals for Nintendo Switch, and that is getting every single first-party game. So I went ahead and picked up the few odds and ends that I didn't have, some imports, some weird things. So starting off, I didn't have a copy of Splatoon 3. I had bought this game digitally. This is a fantastic game. If you haven't played Splatoon 3, I highly recommend it. I'm not a huge fan of how they've rolled out content, but I was going to wait until Black Friday to see if I could find a cheaper price for it. However, I saw it, I think, for like $35, and I was like, you know what, it's probably not really going to get cheaper than that. Splatoon 2 is actually pretty cheap, but yeah, super happy to add this to the collection. That was the last, like, real game I was missing, because as you can see with these last couple, Go Vacation, if you didn't know, Nintendo published this for some reason on the Switch. I don't really know why. Has that Nintendo on the spine, if it'll focus. I've never played this. I know it's a Wii game that they remade or remastered, I believe. I don't know. It's probably pretty fun, I imagine, right? A game I could definitely use some playtime with. Fitness Boxing. Here you go. If you saw my short, I accidentally bought a European copy, so I returned that and got this beautiful little ESRB version. And then finally, the final game I was missing in the collection was Buddy Mission Bond. They only released this game in Japan. I believe it's like a visual novel. Very weird game for Nintendo release. It was around the same time that Famicom Detective Club got re-released on the Switch. So there you go. Pretty cool. This is one of only 3 games that Nintendo did not release in North America. The other being Famicom Detective Club, physically, I should specify, as well as Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training, which came out in Europe and Japan. But Buddy Mission Bond was only available in Japan, period. Even digitally, you couldn't buy this game in America. So I can't play it because there's a lot of text in it, but still cool to have for the collection. And that's it. That's every first-party game I didn't have physically. Like I said, I'm going to do a full video going over every single game in the collection that is first-party, because I'm so satisfied being caught up now. And now, because I buy games when they come out, because I finally have the, disposable income to do that, I can just keep up with it. I'm not going to be behind anymore on Switch or the next console. I'll just always be ahead. And now I can finally start going back more, maybe, and try to finish out my 3DS collection, Wii U. I have a couple things I'm missing. So I'm very, very happy. That's a huge milestone, getting every first-party Switch game. But there is one more that I have here. This is a code in the box, so it's kind of weird. I know some people don't view those too fondly, but I was too curious to pass this up. I saw it for pretty cheap. It's an import from South Korea. I guess in South Korea, Nintendo releases these codes in boxes of like their DLC. So like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass has a case that you can buy. The Sword and Shield expansion has a different case you can buy with the code inside of it. Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise has one. But the one that really spoke to me, the one that I really wanted to get, was Kirby Dream Buffet, because I'm planning on making a video on this now that the game is a year old. And yeah, it just has this physical, quote-unquote physical copy. Obviously there's nothing in here except for a code. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a video checking this game out again now that it's been a year, like I said, and I'll probably open this up to see what the inside looks like in that video. So if you're curious what the inside of this looks like, make sure you subscribe for when I post that video. That'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks here. But yeah, I don't know. Kirby Dream Buffet, it's not my favorite game or anything. I didn't think it was that great, but it's just really weird and kind of quirky to have this in a physical format. I don't know. It's kind of a waste of money, but I don't know. It's kind of cool to have like some sort of physical representation of this game available on my shelf. It's nice. But then we get into the other miscellaneous things. So 2 Square Enix games. One of these was from Video Games Plus. The other was from Play Asia. I finally got my physical copy of Various Day Life In. I have wanted to play this game since it was announced in the September Direct last year. This is a mobile game that Square Enix released on Apple Arcade, I believe, a couple years back. It's just a daily life management kind of sim where you just walk on a path left to right, I believe. I'm not too sure all what goes into it. I have this strange obsession with Square Enix's like lower tier games. Last year I played Dio Field Chronicle and I actually really liked it. And Various Day Life, since it has that same DNA that like Bravely Default has and Triangle Strategy, I don't know. I just think it's super interesting, especially the fact that it has a physical release from PlayAsia. I couldn't pass this up, so I was happy to finally get this. Similarly to going for all first-party Nintendo games, I'm going for all physical Square Enix games, and I think I'm already basically done. There's some stuff I'm missing, like, I'm missing World of Final Fantasy Maxima, and I don't even know, a couple of random things. I actually have another Square Enix game in here that I forgot to grab, but I also, from PlayAsia though, however, this was on sale, got Chocobo GP physically. This game isn't very good. They've recently re-released it on the eShop with the microtransactions removed, so you can unlock all of the cosmetics and stuff just by playing the game. It's still really grindy though, and I tried playing through the story. I played like an hour or two. The game is not very fun. I thought I played it when it came out free to play, and I thought I remember liking it, but it's not. It is not it, Chief. It is not a very good game. It feels very, very, it feels like what you would expect a PS2 Nickelodeon kart racer to play like. I haven't played the new ones that Game Mill does, like the Nickelodeon Slime Speedway or whatever, or the DreamWorks game that just got announced, but it's not, Chocobo GP is not good. I can promise you, I don't like it. And then, yeah, here's the other game I got from Square Enix. This was on sale at Best Buy. They did this $10 game a day for 10 days sale. Nothing really that great. I missed that Stranding Director's Cut. Oh, well, you know, too bad. So sad. But Balan Wonderworld. I thought I had this already, but I guess I didn't. So I picked this up. I have it on PS5. I think that's where I got confused. But here is the Switch copy. I actually, unironically, do want to play this game eventually. So maybe I'll play the Switch version for that truly, truly crunchy experience. And now we get to what is kind of a new category for me of things I'm interested in buying for Switch. I have been very Japanese developer focused and publisher focused on Switch because typically those games go up in price faster than other stuff, and that's just usually the games I prefer to play overall. But recently, I've been very interested in collections as well as Western games on the Switch. Games that are just kind of weird to have a port. So a great example of this is a game I played back on PC in 2014. Beautiful game back then. Just weird that these are on Switch. Sniper Elite 3. 2 and 4 are also on Switch, so I'll probably be picking those up, as well as Zombie Army Trilogy. But yeah, I needed to order something on Amazon, and I needed to hit the threshold, so I was like, okay, what can I buy? And then I saw this, and I was like, huh. That's weird that that's on Switch. There's a ton of examples. I have Crysis coming in the mail right now. Crysis. You can buy every Crysis game individually on the Switch. That's so weird to me, but it's also so cool. So stuff like that I'm very, very intrigued by right now. Even something like the Borderlands Handsome Collection, or Legendary Collection, I think that's what they called it on Switch. I kind of want to get that. That's just a weird... It makes sense for Switch, but also it's just kind of weird that it is on Switch. I don't know if that makes sense. I have not played the Switch in that way. All my Western stuff I play on PS5 or Xbox. So to see these games on Switch, I don't know, it's been tickling my fancy recently. And then speaking of that, yeah, like I mentioned collections, I picked up the Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy on the Switch. I have a weird history with Grand Theft Auto. I played San Andreas when I was a kid. I played at GTA 4 when I was a kid, but I never like played them properly. I would either just go hole up in a bank and see how long I can survive on Most Wanted, or I would, and this, you will, I'm ashamed of this, I would play GTA 4 and just obey the law. Like, I would just drive on the right side of the street. I would just, like, you know, get my driving practice in there. I would just, like, walk around. I don't know. I just kind of had fun. I guess it's, like, an early version of the GTA 5 RP, right? So, I've never actually played a GTA game properly, so I really want to go back and at least experience San Andreas, because I played that some as a kid. And maybe I'll do Vice City and 3 as well. Although I heard these ports not the best. I don't know if that's still the case. I don't know if they fixed these, but still a cool game to have on Switch. Also, didn't really go down in price ever. I got it on the Best Buy buy 2 get 1 sale thing that I have, but these games are basically still retail price, which is weird. And then another thing I just went ahead and ordered from Amazon, the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. I've never played any of these games. I played Ninja Gaiden 1 on NES, you know, way back in the day on 3DS Virtual Console and on Wii U. But I've actually never played these original Ninja Gaiden games, or these original of the 3D action. So they're basically the modern Ninja Gaiden games, even though they're like 20 years old at this point. Yeah, I've never played these. Razor's Edge, of course, is a classic Wii U launch title. So yeah, I picked this up. This is a pretty cool import game. Doesn't have ESRB, so it's like, I don't know if it's an Asian release or what, but got this physically. Pretty cool to have in the collection. This one kind of annoys me. I probably shouldn't have bought it because now it's going to bug me forever. The Walking Dead, the final season. This is, if you don't know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably wouldn't know this. The Walking Dead's like my favorite show ever. I rewatch it like every year. I freaking love The Walking Dead. I grew up with it, and I still love it, even in its dark times. I love The Walking Dead. And I love Telltale's The Walking Dead too. It really annoys me that I can't get all 4 seasons physically. This is the only season that has a physical release on Switch. I think the others are available digitally on Switch, but only this one got a physical, which is really annoying because on PlayStation, at least, and I'm not sure about Xbox, they released this really cool, like, all-in-one collection of the entire Telltale series, including the Michonne DLC, the 500 Days DLC. Give me seasons 1 through 3 physically. You can buy the Batman Telltale game, you can get Borderlands Telltale physically, or I guess that's new Tales from the Borderlands, but you can get the Minecraft story modes physically. Why is this the only Walking Dead one that got a physical? It's annoying. Also, quick side note, because I'll never have another opportunity to talk about this. Game Mill announced a new Walking Dead game called The Walking Dead Destinies last week. Once again, huge Walking Dead fan. Of course, I'm interested. This is one of the worst looking games I've ever seen. The entire premise is that because it's called Walking Dead Destinies, is that you can change the story of the TV show. It's following the first 4 seasons of The Walking Dead. And mild spoiler warning, I guess, if you haven't seen season 2 of The Walking Dead here, so skip ahead. In the show, Rick kills Shane, but in this game, in the trailer, the reveal trailer, they're like, oh, but what if Shane killed Rick? And then they kind of show the consequences of that, except it's an entirely moot point, because in the trailer, they just show Shane saying the exact same things, beat for beat, that Rick said in the show. So what's the point of having a different character stay alive if they're just going to say the same words and do the same things that the other character did? It's kind of lame. I don't need to hear Shane talking about democracy. That is not what Shane would do. That's my Walking Dead rant for this week. Picked up the Five Nights at Freddy's collection as well as Help Wanted on Switch. I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's. Obviously, you know, these are kind of like iconic kids games, right? Horror games. I've never played them. You know, I was really the target demographic. I would have been 14 when Five Nights at Freddy's came out back almost a decade ago. But I never played them. I watched some YouTube videos when I was a kid, but I don't know. I didn't really ever care to try it out. But I figured my girlfriend loves horror games. I know she grew up with these games, so I thought maybe it'd be fun to play these with her or something and just kind of see what all the buzz is about. There's that new movie coming out, so I picked up both of these on the Switch as well. 2 games from Best Buy that I pre-ordered when they first started that buy 2 get 1 thing. Double Dragon and Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. I'm not sure. I assume this is like a remake or something. I don't know if it's a new game, actually. I really have no idea, coming from Modus Publishing here. They just recently announced that Double Dragon Collection is coming physically, which is super exciting from Play Asia. I've said before I don't love beat-em-ups, but I'm actually starting to kind of itch to play one. I don't play a ton of stuff with my girlfriend because she doesn't really play that many like normal games. She's a mobile gamer, so beat 'em ups actually might be pretty fun to play with her. I was thinking about maybe I have River City Girls, maybe playing that through with her, and then if we like that, maybe this or the Ninja Turtles game. So I'm definitely intrigued by these. I want to give beat 'em ups a true chance because I kind of just swore them off when I was like 12 and haven't really tried them since, to be honest. And then the other game from Best Buy was Disney Illusion Island. This actually is something we played together. This game's really cute. It's a Metroidvania, Mickey Mouse inspired, Disney inspired Metroidvania, co-op Metroidvania though. It's a pretty lighthearted, easy game, but it took us like 8 hours to beat, $40. We really enjoyed it. Has cute art, has cute music. The story's fine. It's, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, just a solid little Metroidvania starring Mickey Mouse and friends. For some reason, they made Goofy obsessed with food. I mean, I watched Goof Troop and the Goofy movie when I was a kid. Was Goofy like super obsessed with food? Am I misremembering? Is that his character trait? I don't remember that. 2 anime games, of course. I'm a huge mainstream shonen weeb. Got Jump Force on Switch. It's so funny to me that this game even came to Switch. What a weird thing, because it came to Switch I think in 2019 or 2020, and then a year later got its server shut down. So very weird. Just a weird game to have on Switch. I think this came with the first season pass. I'm not sure. Is that on the cartridge? Well, there's some business card in here. I'm not going to show that. From Plattsburgh, New York. But, yeah, cool to have this in the collection. I know Jump Force is ugly as sin. I don't like its art style, but it's actually a pretty fun 3D fighter. I'm a casual fighting game fan, so I love the Naruto Storm games, the Dragon Ball, you know, like Xenoverse games. So Jump Force I actually pretty much enjoyed for the most part. And then I also picked up My Hero 1's Justice 2. I played the first game of this, and I didn't super love it. I'm not a huge My Hero fan, but I am caught up reading it weekly, so that's more than most people. It's fine, but I heard My Hero's 1 Justice 2 is way better than the first one, so I'm excited to check it out. Just a random thing I saw while scrolling eBay, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. This is a sealed copy. You know, Pokemon's one of my favorite franchises of all time, but I've never played Digimon or really experienced anything Digimon related. I mean, this is rated T, so it's kind of like a little bit more of a mature mature Pokemon. Also Shin Megami Tensei, which is kind of like Pokemon, and it's combat, right? Catch monsters. Or you know what I'm saying. You get what, I don't need to explain it. But Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, he shipped it in this nice protector. Despite having such a big Switch collection, I don't have any protectors for any of my games. So this is now my one little plastic protector. I need to buy some of those for some of my more expensive stuff for sure. And now as we get to the end of these Switch games, I just want to say these are all very weeby games, but I'm excited to have all these in collection. They're all pretty expensive games, but some of them I was waiting months for from Video Games Plus, so very happy to finally get all this stuff in. So the first 3 games here, all from Video Games Plus, all ordered back in June. Trails to Azure, Legend of Heroes, of course, as well as Trails of Cold Steel 3, and Trails of Cold Steel 4. So Xenoblade is right next to Pokemon for me as one of my favorite series ever. I love Xenoblade so much. It's so good. Like, if I had to pick a favorite, I would probably pick Xenoblade, even though I have way more experience with Pokemon, because, I played it when I was a kid. People always say, because I love Xenoblade, that I should play Trails of, or Legend of Heroes. So I've just been buying them all as they come out, and I'm glad that Video Games Plus perfectly reprinted the 3 I didn't have on Switch. I already have Trails of Zero, I already have Trails into Reverie, and I have, Boundless Trails coming. I don't know too much about the series, to be completely honest, but I know I will like them, and these games are very pricey, so I bought them while I could. The issue is, there's so many of them, and they're not all on Switch, and they're all connected. I believe it's Trails into Sky, or Trails to Sky, or whatever it's called. Those are the first games, and those are not available on the Nintendo Switch. But even if I just wanted to play Trails of Cold Steel, 1 and 2 don't have an English localization on Switch. They're released on Switch in Japan, but not in America for some reason, because I think Xseed has a license. It's this whole thing. So I'm kind of just buying these, future-proofing myself for when I do eventually have the time to play them, have the ability to play them all in one place, if that ever happens. Because right now, I'm not going to start with, like, Trails of Cold Steel 3. I'm not going to do it. I will wait until I can play the original games first and play them in release order. Just a random one here. Token Rambu Warriors. I was very intrigued by this game when I saw it pop up, like, a year or two ago. My assumption, having no idea what Token Rambu is, I think I'm saying that right, looking at the cover, I thought it was just like a Husbando Warriors kind of game, and that definitely seems to be the vibe, although I think there are girls in it, female characters. Yeah, you can kind of see one there, I think. I thought it was just like a Husbando Warriors All-Stars, so I was curious, and I finally Googled it after I bought it, and Token Rambu is a browser card game from Japan. What a weird thing to get a Warriors crossover. This game's kind of going up in price, and I like Warriors games, so I wanted to pick it up, but just a really weird game to even exist. Like, how'd they get Koei Tecmo to do this? This is obviously a very niche product, especially the fact that it released in North America. Like, what is going on here? Very weird, but I had to have it because of that. But keeping in that Koei Tecmo theme, in my last pickups video, I mentioned Atelier. I showed a couple of Atelier pickups. Kind of went crazy, to be honest. I'm only missing one now, I think. So I got Atelier Lalua, the Scion of Arland. Very happy with that. I got one of the trilogy packs from Play Asia. These are pretty expensive. This is the Dusk trilogy, so it has Atelier Aisha, Esha, and Logi, Alchemist of the Dusk Sky, and Atelier Shally Deluxe. So these are all, I think, PS3 games that got remastered for Switch. These trilogies are pretty expensive. There's another one I'm missing, but happy to have this. And then Atelier Marie Remake, this actually came with Various Day Life in that order. This is the one that just released, and I actually played this since the last video. I beat this game. I didn't love it. I definitely like the vibes they're going for. However, Atelier Marie is very much, it's a PS1 game, and they just remade it. They didn't really add much quality of life stuff from what I can tell from reviews. It's a very bare bones RPG. There's not much there's not much going on, to be honest with you. So I didn't love it, but I really do think if I played like Atelier Ryza or even some of the PS3 games, I do think if just in the right mindset and in the right time, I will actually really like these games. But hey, I have basically all of them now because I have Ryza 2 coming in the mail. And yeah, I just need to get that trilogy pack now, the last one, and I'll have all of them. Also, just a bonus, Blue Reflection Second Light. This is an extremely weeby game from Koei Tecmo. But I guess, similar to me going for all first-party Nintendo games, all Square Enix games, at this point, I might as well go for Koei Tecmo. I have to imagine I have most of them at this point. And that's actually it for Switch stuff that I bought. However, there are a couple other things that I bought for myself, as well as some birthday gifts from a couple of friends, my girlfriend. So let's go ahead and get into that. So the first thing, I don't think I showed this in the previous video. I think I maybe made a short on it or something. I bought a box to complete this copy of Final Fantasy VI Advance that I had. I did buy a protector for this. Very cheap protector, mind you. But Final Fantasy is something I've been very much getting into, these older games with the Pixel remasters, because I've never played them. And I bought this cartridge for my roommate earlier this year, so getting this in a complete form, all the manuals, all that stuff is in there, is very nice, and just adding to that GBA collection, which is not very big, is super exciting. And then a couple of thrifted things. I think I definitely did a short on this. The Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 combo pack. We found this at the bin, so don't mind the $40 sticker. It was like $1 or something. It has both discs in there. Just a weird combo pack for Xbox. I don't really collect Xbox, but couldn't pass this up for bin's prices. And also, I love Call of Duty, and it was perfect timing too, because they brought back the servers for these games, so that was super exciting, and just had a lot of fun jumping on Black Ops 2 on the Series X. But then that same day, and I wasn't there, my girlfriend found this stuff, that same day, what a crazy coincidence just based on the timing, because the port just came out. She found a complete copy of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I don't know much about this game. I've never played Ghost Trick, but it's something I remember. I think actually, you know what? I might have played. I think they had one of those Wi-Fi connection demos, maybe, on the Nintendo Wii channel. If you know what I'm talking about, the Nintendo channel, you could like beam up a DS demo to your DS using the Wi-Fi stuff. Very weird. I think there was a demo for it in that, and I think I might have played it on there for what I could. Same thing with like Ranger Guardian Signs and all that. But this was an awesome game, a very expensive game to find at Goodwill. So super happy that she happened to be there that day, because yeah, Ghost Trick, I actually have it coming, I think, from Video Games Plus. It just hasn't shipped yet, so on Switch, because they just re-released it there. But really just funny timing that we found it on DS. Just around the time that it got re-released. And then the only PlayStation thing in this entire video, I got the Yakuza Kiwami 2 Steelbook. I have recently fallen in love with this franchise. I finally, it's a franchise I've always wanted to get into, but it's just so daunting because there's so many games. But I finally buckled down. I played Zero about a month or two ago. One of my favorite games ever now, to be honest. I think it's my favorite game I've played this year outside of maybe Tears of the Kingdom. So really, really like Zero. Then I played Kiwami. Not as good, but still really good. And then I went ahead and picked up Kiwami 2 because they were moving on from the PS Plus collection. That's where I played Zero and Kiwami 1. So I know I'll be playing this soon. So I just wanted to go ahead and pick it up. I should also go for Kiwami and Zero. But here's my thing, right? I'm a Nintendo collector. They are very stubborn, it seems, over at Ryuga Gotoku Studio in terms of bringing these to Switch. Just bring them to Switch. Give me a physical copy of every Yakuza game. I will buy every single one individually for full price. You're leaving money on the table. Just do it. And then finally, we have some birthday presents. So two people graced me with gifts this year. My friend Caleb gave me some stuff from Limited Run. I guess he had bought these so long ago that it was actually intended to be for my birthday last year. That's how long Limited Run took to ship all this stuff. So he got me Seibi Mr. Taco Definitive Edition. I had mentioned that I wanted this to him. Limited Run 147. This game's super cute. I just thought it looked nice, and I wanted to play it because there was something with, I think, Nicalis, the publisher, the people that do like Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy, or Cave Story. I guess they had like screwed the developer over. I think it was this game. Let me know in the comments below. I think it was the developer of this game, but Limited Run came in and republished it with all of the content, which is super nice. But also, Caleb, thank you, went ahead and got the soundtrack for me, as well as this super, and I'm assuming this is why it took so long to get here, or to get to his house, this super adorable Mr. Taco plush, which it was interesting. He was telling me, I guess there's just none of these listed on eBay. Not that there's like a high demand for a Seibi Mr. Taco plush, but very cute. I love this. I like plush. I have a pretty big plush collection. Not much place to, kind of show it off, but very cute. This will be sitting in the windowsill over there you see sometimes in my videos. And then the last couple of things here are from my lovely girlfriend, Olivia. Shout out to Olivia for these awesome presents. So she had found this, I guess the day before my birthday at Goodwill Outlet. I didn't have this, so shout out. Final Fantasy VII on PS1, very cool. Did not pay $40 once again. Not the cleanest copy, but hey, for Goodwill prices, you really can't complain about that. I have Final Fantasy VIII from the bins. I think I have 9. Although I think it might be missing a disc or something. There's something weird with that. I have one of the anthologies, so 7, the main one, we had never found before, which is just super cool. And then the other two things she got me for my birthday was the legendary Starfy for DS. We had talked about this because, you know, we've been playing all the Kirby games together. She loves those. And I had mentioned Starfy, and she was like, oh my god, I need Starfy. And then I was like looking into it, and yeah, Starfy's super cute. It's a game I always wanted to play on DS. I would always see it in GameStop and like Sam's Club when I would go there with my grandma. So I always wanted to play this. I need to load it up still and check it out. But yeah, thank you so much to her for getting me this. And then the last thing I got for my birthday was also from her. This really clean, complete in-box copy of The Adventure of Link on the GBA, the classic NES series. So she has basically been she's basically been completing my Zelda collection for me through gifts. She got me Four Swords Advance, or Four Swords Adventures, or no, yeah, Link to the Past plus Four Swords on GBA for her birthday like a year or two ago, and now she got me Zelda 2 for GBA, so another complete in-box GBA game. Very nice. Thank you so much for this gift, Olivia. I certainly do love having this. Zelda's something I would like to go for a full collection on eventually, but it's expensive. Like Minish Cap, oh my god. Those games are so expensive. Zelda and Pokemon, those are like the two franchises that I would like to, if I could, just get everything for. Complete in-box, nice copies, but it's really expensive. And then real quick, two final things that I kind of forgot to show off. I'll probably do a separate video on all of this stuff together when I get it in, but I'd ordered that big Trinity box set for Xenoblade. It's like the soundtrack for all three games. Similarly to Zelda and Pokemon, Xenoblade is something I'm trying to get on top of right now before the series is too old. I have most things relating to it. I'm missing the Xenoblade 2 Special Edition, which is funny because it's like my favorite game ever. I'm missing a bunch of like the figures, but I'm trying to just get ahead of it now. I even have like some magazines and stuff back here that had, like this one has, like this is Famitsu with a Mio on it. And if you're watching this and you happen to have the Famitsu that has Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition or Xenoblade 2 on it, please let me know, because I am trying very hard to find those, but you cannot buy them on eBay. Because my plan is, once I have the space, I'm going to like frame these and have a Xenoblade shrine. And this is just a super sick cover. So if you happen to see those online, hit up your boy. But yeah, I have the Xenoblade Trinity box coming in from Froycon, I think is the name of the website, some weird Japanese website, coming in imported. I know some people already got them, as well as the Xenoblade 3 Special Edition soundtrack, which comes with like little flutes. So I'll be doing a video on that. But because those are coming in, I saw this also just recently came out. This is just the Xenoblade 1 Xenoblade Definitive Edition soundtrack, just in this nice CD case. So I picked up this, as well as the Xenoblade X soundtrack, which I don't think is in the Trinity box, because why would it be? So yeah, just picking up some soundtracks, finishing up that Xenoblade collection. I'm gonna start looking into the figures, but they're very expensive. That Nia figure is like $400, and I don't collect figures like that, so I don't know if I can justify it. Obviously, I have the money if I really want to, but that's a lot of money to spend on the statue. But also, this is a lot of money to spend on plastic. So that is going to do it for this pickups video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing for more collecting videos, Nintendo videos, all of that fun stuff. And let me know down in the comments below, what have you picked up in the month of August? I love to see and hear what you guys have been buying for your collections, be it Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, retro stuff, whatever it is. Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, folks, peace.